Welcome back, everybody, to Possible Connections. This is Scorpion and Dragon M.P.T, the channel. I'm your host, Piscean Lore, and today I'm really excited. Excited enough. We're talking about some of my favorite properties by one of my favorite animators, really, of my lifetime. I'm going to butcher his name. Gennady Tartovsky. Okay, he's the creator of some maybe some of your favorite shows like Dexter's Laboratory, Samurai Jack, and Primal, two shows that we're talking about today. So I just started watching Primal, and it is so good. I can't even my words won't do it justice. If you have HBO Max, check out Primal. If you don't have HBO Max, I kind of suggest you. I don't know if they got like a trial subscription thing you can do right now or something, but if you know a friend that got HBO Max, try to find HBO Max so you can watch full episodes of Primal. Don't settle for what little snippets and clips you might get from YouTube. You need to watch what it's a fantastic show. So while watching it, and I just started it like last night. I think last night like I watched the first 3 episodes. Couldn't get enough. I'm like dying right now to watch more. But I couldn't help but notice some real coincidences between the character of Spear, which is the main protagonist of the show Primal, and the protagonist of the show Samurai Jack, who is in actuality is also an unnamed protagonist. So if you're not familiar with Samurai Jack, it tells the story of a samurai from feudal Japan who whose family's responsibility was to keep captive this dark entity named Aku, and they did it by use of this mystical sword. Um, and Aku is freed. Not to spoil, I mean, Samurai Jack is an old show, so if you haven't seen it, check it out. But Aku ended up becoming freed from his prison, and in the heat of battle, just before Jack delivers the final blow to Aku transports him off. He transports Jack off through time. He transports Jack through time. Okay, and the first place Jack lands is what I could only perceive to be as like a future, what I've always taken to be like a future Chicago. And the reason I say that is because of the dialect that the denizens are speaking when he arrives, right? So as soon as he lands, it's like you got flying cars and high tech buildings and all this, right? And he runs to a couple guys that's hanging out on the street, and they say, "Hey, Jack, where you come from, Jack?" And all that. So, so this is how he gets his name. That's how that. This is the name he goes by in every other time period he travels to in his search for Aku. He goes by. He never says, "My name is Jack." He never says that. He says, "They call me Jack." So that was huge for me. That well, it wasn't just that. Okay, so what struck the coincidences that struck me between these two shows were Spears Spears' ability to emote, right? Because there's no spoken dialogue so far in the show. Not one word has been spoken. It's all given to you through his facial expressions and his actions. Jack is exactly like that, where not the show is not completely silent. Jack can speak, does speak, but a bulk of the episodes, a bulk of the time in each episode can go on with no spoken dialogue. All you'll get is the environment, Jack's reaction to said environment, Jack's reaction to said situation, and the action, his actions, right? So when I'm watching Primal and I'm watching Spears, I'm calling him Spear. This is the name that they've been given, that he's given, at least online. So Spear's reaction to certain things just struck me like, man, that's just like Jack. Jack, that's like the same thing Jack would do. So then I'm looking at Jack. Then I'm looking at Spear. I'm looking at Spear, and I'm seeing the jet black hair. I'm seeing the overly hairy body. I'm seeing the jet black eyes, jet black eyebrows, the same berserker rage that Jack is prone to do in the heat of a battle. Spear possesses all of these attributes. Okay, so then I take it one step further. Where are Neanderthals from? I'll be right back. Where are Neanderthals from? Well, let's. I thought about that. I was like, huh. I know where Neanderthals are from. I know exactly where they're from. I know exactly where Neanderthals are from, and I didn't need Google to tell me. Neanderthals evolved in Europe and Asia, right? So now you got all these similarities. You got the skin tone, the color of his hair, the color of his eyes, his emotional range, his ability to go berserk. All these things that Jack possesses, Spear possesses. Now, because Spear is a Neanderthal man, he's going to come first in time. So it was like, oh my God, Jack is a descendant of Spear. That's it. Spear is Jack's ancestor. Spear is literally Jack's ancestor. And if you haven't seen either of this, all you gotta do is watch episode each of these shows. If you watch one episode each of Primal and of Samurai Jack, you'll come to the same conclusion that, oh my God, these guys share a common lineage. These guys share a common lineage. Now, I'm wanting to take this lore one step further. I'm wanting to take it to the point that the spiritual energies that reside inside Jack's sword stem from these primordial energies, because Jack's sword is actually made from the tip of Spear's spear, right? If one thing I've noticed while watching the show, that Spear goes through some pretty trying things. The way he uses it, the things that he does with it. There's no reason why the stone spear shouldn't have broken. Shouldn't even have broken at this point. Not that the staff that it's connected to doesn't break. The wood breaks, but the spear tip does not break. So what if the spear of Spear's spear say that 3 times fast, is actually used in the making of Jack's sword, which gives it this mystical power. Now, because I haven't finished the series of Primal yet, I can't give a complete review of it. I'm really looking forward to it though, because it is a really good show so far. And some more similarities. It's hard to really say a lot without giving away too much, but they are both without their families. They are both lone wanderers who befriend the most unlikely of creatures and people. And that for me is just like more of a, it cements it more for me that Samurai Jack is absolutely a descendant of Spear. I mean, there's no way. What it says? It says Neanderthals evolved in Europe and Asia, while modern humans, our species, Homo sapiens, were evolving in Africa. What else do you need? What else do you need? So there's my possible connection for today. What do you think though? Is Spear the ancestor of Samurai Jack? Let me know what you think in the comments. If you like this show, if you like we want to keep doing content like this, please let me know. I like to keep doing it. I'm always on the search for more possible connections. Until next time, I'm your host, Senior Laura, and I'll check you out in the next video. Peace.